the Xbox Series X and Series S. Series S got confirmed, and now there's a price for both. Do you want to hear them?
Sure.
No, I don't. End show.
Absolutely fucking not. Next
so,
question.
as most speculated, the Xbox Series X is going to be $500, $499, and then the Series S is going to be. Are you ready for this? $300.
I already knew about it, but I just wanted to hear him say it anyways.
The Series S is going to be a weaker version of the X. Still going to play all the new Series X games.
Is it downfield?
It's got lower specs, yeah, but it's still going to be able to play 4K games. It's still going to, or 1440p, I should specify. 1440p games. It's still going to be able to play at 120 FPS. It's very, very tiny. It is the smallest Xbox they've ever made, and there's no disk drive either. So it's all digital. The SSD inside is 512 gigabytes instead of a terabyte, which an all digital system.
You'll still probably get like 400 out of that. Through system files alone.
And then it's got the expansion slot in the back. I don't know if you've seen that, but they're going to have like this little, kind of like a wide flash drive that you can put in the back. That's a terabyte of storage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you have to buy that on release. Smile. Yeah. So the appeal to this, though, is that you get a next-gen console for $300, which is the cheapest I think that's ever happened at.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to play anything on release. That's the thing. Because Halo Infinite got delayed.
Listen, you're not wrong.
You can play Hellblade.
Yeah, but again, it's the cheapest new gen console out, or that's come out at that price. You count for inflation. The original PlayStation was $472. The Sega Saturn was $630. As far as again, this is all inflation.
Okay.
Yeah, not normally. Yeah, so PlayStation was $300 with inflation. That's $472 in today's money. N64 was $199, was $305 with inflation. Its direct counterpart, the Xbox One, was $500, which is about $515 inflation. Not much inflation because it lasts 7 years. Point being, cheapest new console ever out, besides like the Dreamcast or just the Dreamcast actually.
The Dreamcast was the one that flopped, right?
Yeah. There were a couple good Sonic games on it, and then a couple other things that people cared about, but it didn't. It was the last thing Sega made, I think.
It was that in like the Sega CD, right?
Yeah, Sega CD. Yeah, actually, that was another one.
Okay.
The Saturn was the last one. No.
That was one that had all the weird Zeldas on it.
Dreamcast was the last console they made in 1999.
Okay.
But yeah, so this is interesting because now on the PlayStation side of things, they have a choice to make.
They gotta step up now.
So I don't see them putting the PS5 itself at over 500. That would just be cocky, honestly.
Yeah, it would be logical.
Yeah, I don't think it really makes much sense.
It wouldn't be logical, yeah.
Nah.
I didn't mean to say.
So my attention is not so much on the PS5 because that's pretty much going to be 500, right? It's not going to be any lower than that, I don't think.
Yeah.
But the one without the disc,
the discless one I think is like 400.
They didn't put a price yet, obviously, but
they didn't. Okay.
I see that going either 450 or 400. You know, or if they want to compete with the Series S,
Chop it
they
down
could
to
put it at 300 or 350. Yeah, they could totally do that.
I think there's more to there's more to get out of the PlayStation, like at least exclusive wise. So like on day one, when you put the two together, you look at Xbox and you're like, okay, what can I play right now? Because I think Sony came out and said that like they're not backwards compatible.
Right. So the PS5 is only going to be able to play most PS4 games and PS5 games. No PS3, 2, or 1. The Xbox, however, is going to be able to play all the Xbox One games, all the new Series X games, and the current list of 360 and original Xbox games that you can currently play on Xbox One. You'll be able to play as well. With the PS5, on launch, I'm pretty sure Spider-Man's supposed to. I don't know if they said it out loud, but it's inferred that it's going to be out at the same time the the PS5 comes out. So you'll have that and like Gran Turismo, and then that Astrobot game that they did that's going to come with all the PlayStations.
Yeah.
So that's at least 3 games, assuming that Ratchet and Clank and all that's not there at release. Because I don't think that's supposed to be on. I don't know if that's on release or not. I'm not sure. But if they were theoretically, if they put the PS5 without the disc at the 350 or 300 range, that would be wild because the innards of it, as we know, are going to be exactly the same as the one with the disc.
Yes.
Although I don't, Although I don't see them going that low because then at that point it's like I'm paying $200 for a disc drive. What? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think it goes any further.
But like storage wise, it's better.
Wait, what do you mean?
For like the regular.
Oh yeah, because the disc, like so when you have a game with a disc, it takes up less space on your system because some of it's on the disc. I don't see I don't see them going past $50 to $100 difference. So if they want to be power players, they do $400 for the disc version, and then like $350 or $300 for the discless version. If they want to just totally disregard, if they want to totally like make the Xbox One X or Series X a bad decision, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, when the first system came out, it took like 381 to make the system, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they sold it for $4, so they made like not a lot of money on them. But
so they sold it for $4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like 381.
Mm-hmm.
They made a cool $19 profit.
Mm-hmm. They could technically, I don't know how much it costs to make this system. They could definitely go in that direction, and that would
They could just give like a big old fuck you to Xbox and do that, but like even if they mark it down to like $350, the regular one for $400, I feel like some people are gonna look at it and be like, well, why don't I just pay the extra $50 to save the storage?
Here's the other thing about going discless, right?
Yeah.
So it makes it harder to get deals on games. Number one.
That is true.
Because I'm sure you've seen when you go into Walmart, all of the games that are new, usually the first week, or just sometimes whenever Walmart feels like it, they'll be $49 instead of $60, or instead of $59.99, right?
Yes.
So if you walk into a Walmart, you can get a game for a pretty decent discount on launch, or just in general for new games. I haven't seen another retailer that does that at all. Walmart is just a madman and does what it wants, because you darn sure not getting that low at GameStop, even used. That's $55, right?
Mm.
And then Target is always $60, Best Buy it's always $60. So it gets kind of tough to make the case for digital stuff. The only convenience for digital for me is I don't have to get up from my couch, which to me is like that's not true, yeah. That's not a lot, right? Like it's convenient, but it's not a lot. So personally, I will be buying the one with the disc in it, disc drive in it rather. What are you gonna do?
I'll probably go digital.
You think so?
Yeah, cause I don't think I remember the last time that I bought a physical disc to a game.
Yeah, a lot of people
always gone digital.
Yeah, a lot of people have made that switch, obviously, which again makes it's not a crazy thing to do. It's just personally for me, I'd rather have the physical. Multiple reasons. 1, saves storage on my system. 2, easier to get deals on video games. 3, story games. Once I beat them once or twice, I'm kind of done with them. And if it's digital, I can't do much with it. So I'll like give it to a friend or sell it somewhere. Or something. I can do something else with it. That's true. There's some sort of return on my end if I keep the disc. But if it's digital, I'm stuck.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So, me personally, that's why I do the physicals. Also, number 4, it's like a slight one. The cover art's really nice. But I'm a collector, so I care about dumb shit like that. You might not.
Yeah, I got Black Ops 3 with a steelbook in it, and I'm like, why do I need this?
Why did I pay for this? Haha. But it's going to be nice to see. So, here's the other thing. PlayStation needs to just hurry up and tell us what the price is.
I hate all the secretive shit, yeah.
It's dumb. Like, okay, we're all adults here. Like, just Xbox already did it. Actually, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of this part. Xbox didn't actually release their price. It got leaked. And it was correct. And they were kind of just like, well, it's official now. We're going to launch it.
The same thing happened with like the pre-order dates for the PlayStation 5. I guess a store got posters, like exclusive posters, and hung them up too early.
Ooh.
And someone got video of it, and Sony put out like a GIF of like a dog looking like
Xbox did the same thing. You know, like the monkey sock puppet thing.
Yeah.
And it's doing things like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing. So this also happened with Last of Us 2, where someone leaked the whole game. Like, okay, we'll launch it in June, even though they were gonna do it indefinitely. Yeah. So the whole reason that it came out in June was that somebody leaked the entire thing on YouTube, like what happens, everything. And so they were like, okay, well, we want people to be able to play the game and not just look at it here. So we're just gonna launch it in June. F it, let it go.
Nice.
Power of the people, I guess. Getting shit done. I need to make my financial decisions now so I can afford that system for I don't know how much because they haven't freaking told us yet.
It's just gonna suck that I have to buy a console now.
Yeah, I know. We mentioned it before, but like, mommy's not gonna buy it for Christmas anymore. It's like I'll get it for Christmas. Nope, that shit is gone. No. That shit is gonzo now, bro.
Being an adult sucks.
It's whack. Although, now they can't take it away, right? Like, now it's yours. You bought it.
I spent money on this. You can't take this away from me.
Also, equally, again, like you said before, the Xbox has like no
exclusives.
No exclusives on release. So I'm wondering who's even buying one of those. The only people that are buying them are people that their Xbox. Like, so if they have like the day one 2013 Xbox One, those are really the only people that have a reason to off the rip. You know,
collectors
or like the hardcore fans. Those are the only people right now. I don't see Xboxes flying off the shelves like the PlayStation will. And
definitely not.
And that kind of bothers me because it's going to be like you're looking for a PlayStation and you can't find one. And then everywhere you go, you just see Xboxes all over the place. And that's going to give Xbox a really bad rap. You know? Like, it's whack for them in that regard.
So, wrap it up. Speaking of releases, the 30 series for the NVIDIA cards, have they been released or leaked?
So they did an official event a few days ago, and it comes out the 17th.
For just the 3080, you said?
No, the entire 3000 series.
Okay.
It's the 3070,
3070,
3080, 3090. Yes. And the highlight one, at least as far as I saw, the 3080 is twice as fast and strong as the 2080. But if you look up prices for a 2080 right now, it is astronomical. It's like at least a G, I think, right now for one. If you want to get your hands on one, so it's
for a 2080.
So it's let me get the price real quick. Hold up. It is.
I want to say it was like 700. Either way.
Yeah, it's 2 times as fast and is the same, if not lower priced, than the 2080.
Did you see the 3090s like 1500?
Yeah.
If I am not able to see like sweat form from my scalp in game and have it run down my face, and I can't physically see that, I don't want it.
I'm all set with that one. That one is like super mega rigs. Like you're already spending thousands of dollars on it. Then
like you're editing like full movies.
You're editing movies like 8K video.
Like an 8K.
Yeah, like I'm good, bro.
Dude, 8K Minecraft? Are you joking?
What are you, Xbox? That's not what you use that for. Do you remember that, like during the ray tracing event last year? Like, let's see what this baby can do, and they pull up Minecraft. I'm like, that shit ran on my phone in like 2015. Like that.
They used it as like a benchmark. So on their website, they ran like Borderlands 3, Minecraft, and like something else, and they did like 8K 60 FPS on on a 3090. And I was like, is this like a fair assessment?
So I actually have a chart pulled up for the 3070. It is about. Wait. Oh, the 3070 is also faster than the 2080.
Yes.
And that one's like $600.
But what?
The 3070, the lowest
$600
one. It's around $600, and it's faster than 2080 Ti.
Why is the 3080 cheaper? We have all of our prices wrong.
Do we? There's so many.
We may have all of our prices wrong.
Nice. Okay, here we go. The 3070 is $499. The 3080 is $699, and the 3090 is $1499.
Okay.
And based on this chart that I'm looking at, the 3070 is in fact faster than the 2080 Ti.
But like how faster? Like, do I get like a 1 FPS boost?
Let's see. The 2080 Ti is way more expensive than that. So
I guess so, yeah.
So this generation is like way up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's more the point. The point is you get the same power for way less. So the 2080 Ti was now out the window.
Does that mean that like i7s are gonna be useless?
What do you mean?
Because like, okay, so you have way more power now.
Mm-hmm.
Is there gonna be any bottlenecking? Even if you have like an i5, like 9th gen, is that gonna be bottlenecked?
9th gen, maybe not. It's always hard to tell. You can't really tell until you put it in the system and test it. So I'm sure
I see a bunch of. Sorry,
go ahead.
you go.
I was gonna say, because obviously all the tech YouTubers have gotten their hands on it and are gonna test everything and see what everything does. So until all that shows up, you can't really tell. But I assume if you stuck a 2080 Ti into a rig with an i5, you'd obviously have some bottlenecking and stuff, right? Because it's way cheaper than everything else, or way less powerful than everything else. But as far as it goes, in a scenario where that's not going on, you'd be stupid to buy a 2000 series card. Or let me rephrase. You'd be stupid to buy a 2080 Ti, particularly right now, when in October.
Well, I bought a 2060 Super like 2 months ago, and I feel like a fucking fool now.
Nah, listen, just $500 later, it's fixed.
Yeah. Sure. Let me just throw another $500.
Maybe it'll be a sale for Christmas. You don't know.
Yeah, I highly doubt that.
Listen, who knows? Just as a refresher, one more time, right? 370. That one comes out a little later. Actually, it comes out in October. That's $499. The 380 is $699, and the 3090 is $1499. That one I don't think I'll ever see in person in my entire life.
Yeah, I can't justify paying. Again, unless you're like editing big boy stuff, I'm like in like.
Unless you are a pro gamer, unless gaming is your job or editing is your job, you don't need that. The VRAM on all of them, the 3070 has 8 gigs of RAM. GDDR6.
DDR6, yeah.
It's an upgrade from GDDR5. The 380 has 10 gigs, and the 3090 has 24 of GDDR6X.
Can you clone people with this card?
I'm pretty sure you could. I don't
Can you know. Astral project by just holding?
Can you hold it? You just float.
You just start levitating.
Can you just compute shit in your mind
That's ridiculous.
It's wild. This is you get what you pay for with this shit. It is 1-to-1 power to price ratio. This is perfect. So I think that card's gonna be really popular. The other two, I don't know. The 3080 probably be fine. The 3090 is again, that's just not your job. You don't need that.
Yeah.
But that's just me. So,
I'm not touching that shit. I'm not touching 3090s.
Not with a 10-foot pole. I don't want to. I'd be afraid to just drop it. Your computer dies, and that's your main. I'm all set.
You need rubber gloves.
That shit is unplugged every thunderstorm, guaranteed. No way. You're not frying my card, bro. No. My $1,500 card. I'm all set.
My whole fucking build is $1,500.
Yeah, mine's
right now
12, maybe 13. No, 11 or 12. 11 or 12. Until we have millions of subscribers, dude, I'm not touching that shit with a 10-foot pole. I'm set. But I think that's...
Click the sub button.
Sub to the channel, please. Smile.